Grady Demond Wilson, October 13, 1946 to January 30, 2026, was an American actor, author, and minister, widely recognized for his iconic portrayal of Lamont Sanford on the groundbreaking 1970s NBC sitcom Sanford and Son. He had a net worth of $1 million to $3 million at the time of his death. Born in Valdosta, Georgia, and raised in New York City, Wilson discovered his passion for performance at an early age. He trained in tap dance and ballet, made his Broadway debut at just 4 years old in a revival of The Green Pastures, and by age 12 was performing at Harlem's legendary Apollo Theater. After serving in the U.S. Army during the Vietnam War, earning a Purple Heart for wounds sustained in combat, he returned to acting, appearing in Broadway productions, television guest roles, and film projects. Wilson achieved widespread fame in 1972 when he was cast as Lamont Sanford, the level-headed yet often exasperated son of junk dealer Fred Sanford, played by Redd Foxx. The series became one of television's highest-rated comedies, celebrated for its sharp humor and influential portrayal of a black family, and ran for 6 seasons. Wilson's chemistry with Fox helped make Lamont Sanford a lasting and culturally significant television character. Early life and education. Grady Demond Wilson was born on October 13, 1946, in Valdosta, Georgia, to parents that included a tailor father and a mother who worked as a school dietitian. Shortly after his birth, the family moved north, and Wilson was raised primarily in New York City, spending his formative years in the culturally rich neighborhood of Harlem. That environment played a key role in shaping his early interests and creative development. Wilson displayed a strong inclination toward the performing arts from an early age. He began training in tap dance and ballet, establishing the groundwork for his future career. At the remarkable age of 4, he made his Broadway debut in a revival of The Green Pastures. By 12, he was already performing as a dancer at Harlem's renowned Apollo Theater, a historic showcase for black talent. Raised in a devout Catholic household, Wilson was deeply involved in church life and served as an altar boy, even briefly considering the priesthood. His summers in Georgia with his Pentecostal grandmother introduced him to a contrasting style of worship marked by energetic services, an experience that later influenced his spiritual outlook. A life-threatening health crisis in childhood, a ruptured appendix at around age 6, though sometimes recalled as occurring later, proved to be a defining moment that he would later interpret as an early turning point in his faith. Academically, Wilson attended a high school focused on the performing arts, aligning with his talents in dance and theater. Some sources suggest he continued his acting studies at institutions such as the American Community Theater and Hunter College in New York, though details are limited, as his professional career began at an unusually young age and quickly took priority. Together, these early experiences in performance, education, and faith played a formative role in Wilson's development, guiding him toward a life in entertainment that would precede his military service and eventual rise to fame. His upbringing, marked by artistic discipline, spiritual grounding, and resilience, laid the foundation for his later work as an actor, author, and minister. Personal life. Wilson married Cicely Lewis Johnston, also known as Cicely Johnston, a former model and flight attendant, on May 3, 1974. Their marriage endured for more than 5 decades, lasting until Wilson's death on January 30, 2026. The couple met in the early 1970s before Sanford and Son brought Wilson widespread fame, and formed a partnership rooted in shared values, mutual respect, and a strong foundation of faith. Although Cicely had some involvement in modeling and minor film work during the 1970s, she largely withdrew from public life to focus on raising their family and supporting Wilson through his acting career and later transition into ministry. Reputable sources, including biographies, obituaries, interviews, Wilson's Wikipedia entry, and celebrity databases such as Who's Dated Who, do not document any prior marriages or publicly confirmed romantic relationships before his marriage to Cicely. Aside from one isolated video claim suggesting multiple marriages, which conflicts with established records, mainstream sources consistently identify Cicely as Wilson's only wife. There are no credible accounts linking him romantically to others during his early adulthood, military service, or early years in theater and television. Together, Demond and Cicely Wilson raised 6 children, sons Christopher and Demond Jr. and daughters Louise, Sarah, Nicole, and Melissa, sometimes spelled Melissa. The family prioritized privacy, close bonds, and strong moral principles, with Cicely playing a central role in creating stability as Wilson's life evolved from Hollywood success to his ordination as a Pentecostal minister in 1984 and the founding of a restoration ministry. Wilson frequently spoke of his faith and family as essential pillars in his life, particularly after navigating challenges related to his military service and health. His enduring marriage was often cited as a rare example of longevity and commitment in the entertainment industry, and remains a defining aspect of his legacy. Professional career. Demond Wilson's professional life encompassed acting, writing, and ministry, reflecting a journey that began with early success in the performing arts, reached iconic status in television, and later shifted towards spiritual leadership and service. Early career and rise. Wilson's performing career began in childhood. He made his Broadway debut at the age of 4 in a revival of The Green Pastures and was dancing at Harlem's legendary Apollo Theater by the time he was 12. Following his service in the U.S. Army during the Vietnam War, during which he was wounded in combat and awarded a Purple Heart, he returned to acting in the late 1960s. He appeared in Broadway and off-Broadway productions, secured guest roles on television series such as Mission Impossible and All in the Family, and took on small film roles in projects including The Organization, 1971, and Dealing, or The Berkeley to Boston 40 Brick Lost Bag Blues, 1972. Breakthrough with Sanford & Son. Wilson achieved widespread recognition in 1972 when he was cast as Lamont Sanford on NBC's Sanford & Son, 1972 to 1977. Portraying the responsible and frequently exasperated son of Red Fox's manipulative junk dealer, Fred Sanford, Wilson became a familiar face to television audiences nationwide. The series was a major ratings success, celebrated for its sharp comedy and cultural significance, and Wilson's delivery of the line, "You big dummy," became a lasting pop culture reference. His on-screen chemistry with Fox was central to the show's appeal, helping cement the sitcom's legacy as a milestone in American television and in representations of Black family life. Later acting work. After Sanford & Son concluded, Wilson continued working in television and film. He starred in the short-lived CBS sitcom Baby, I'm Back, 1978, and later portrayed Oscar Madison in ABC's revival The New Odd Couple, 1982 to 1983, opposite Ron Glass as Felix Unger. His film appearances included Full Moon High, 1981, Me and the Kid, 1993, and Hammerlock, 2000. He also made guest appearances on shows such as The Love Boat and held a recurring role later in life as a father figure on Girlfriends. Shift to ministry and writing. In 1984, Wilson was ordained as a Pentecostal minister and gradually stepped away from Hollywood to focus on religious work. In 1994, he founded Restoration House of America, an organization dedicated to providing spiritual support, job training, and rehabilitation assistance to formerly incarcerated individuals. As an author, he published several books, including critiques of the New Age movement and his memoir, Second Banana, Bittersweet Memoirs of the Sanford & Son Years, in which he reflected on his career and experiences in television. Final years and passing. In his later years, Wilson faced a prolonged battle with cancer, identified by family members as prostate cancer. He died on January 30, 2026, at the age of 79, at his home in Palm Springs, California, due to cancer-related complications. His son, Demond Wilson Jr., confirmed his passing publicly and paid tribute to his father's life and character. Wilson's death marked the closing of a chapter for Sanford & Son, as he was among the last surviving principal cast members. Thank you for watching. Share with your family and friends about your best memory on the comment section down below. Subscribe and click on the bell notification so as not to miss our next uploads.